Another question. What about fathers that are like you, parent? What about fathers that are like you, parent the way you parent, and I parent the way I parent, but I know that the parenting is low key neglect and also iPad slash TV parenting.
Bro, on that one. All right, so I'm gonna say this. This how I feel about that, and this go for mamas and daddies. Period. Y'all, that's what I was saying the other day. When it comes to this, like you have to be mindful. Like the child is the betterment of the child is the goal, not how mama or daddy feel, but that's the goal. So, bro, I feel like as parents, we do have to get the fuck out of the way because some of us really don't be good at certain shit, but we'll still try to force our narrative on that child just to spite the other parent.
Yeah.
So I do agree. Like, I'm gonna say this: the son that me and Chelsea about to have, like, she's gonna be a way better nurturer than I am, but I'm gonna be way better when it comes to like logic and life and business and him like being an alpha male and just holding shit down and putting the world on his shoulders, blah, blah, blah. So, like, that's when I would get the fuck out of her way and allow her to run that arena because that's where she's efficient at, and then I would expect the same in return. So, I do think, yeah, if it's a parenting situation and you know you're not the better fit for something specifically, then get the fuck out of the way. But parents really would rather, like, just help the child crash out just to spite the other parent. Like, well, I don't give a fuck what your daddy do. Like, bro, I done been there with my baby moms. We done had a conversation. I'm like, look, I'm not saying you're not smart.
Right.
But what I am saying is I clearly made smarter decisions. So why would we, like, educate our son to subscribe to the school system and feel like if he don't make it there, he can't make it anywhere? And meanwhile, when shit go bad in your life, you call his daddy, which is, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, bro. Like, when my baby mama, she'll defer from the shit I'm teaching him.
Yeah.
But I'm the nigga she called when she got a problem or an emergency.
Right.
And I'm just like, why wouldn't you want him to take the teaching from the nigga who be like rescuing you at times? That would make sense. So one day your son can double back and rescue your ass from a son's perspective. So yeah, that's a real issue that a lot of people have to deal with, and that's unfortunate. Like the mom may be doing way better. She way more wiser, way more well off, and daddy just gonna be like, yeah, fuck everything your mama said just because we broke up 6 months ago.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, bro, that's selfish. That's
it's
self-inflated. Like, I'm gonna give you a loser's manual just so I can make your mom mad.
Yeah, that's just childish to me too. Like, it's a childish way to live life and go flex.
I'm just saying, bro, if you could look in the mirror at a certain
Right.
age and know, like, I ain't got it together, but the woman or the man I had a baby with does, like, cool, son, that's gonna be your lead for right now because I ain't got it. I'm trying to figure it out. But your daddy figured the shit out, or your mama better at that. Nigga just be like, dawg, don't bring that shit to my house that your mama be talking about. We gonna do shit my way. It don't work, but we gonna do it my way just to do it my way.
Right. Nah, yeah, that's just childish, I would say. Non-logical as well. Excuse me.
Hey, you know, I got a question for the room.
Go ahead.
While we on parenting, do y'all think ass whoopings are effective? I'm gonna let everybody get an answer before I give mine. My shit gonna be kind of long.
I don't believe that it's I don't think it's effective because. Okay, so I have two perspectives.
Better question, bro. Do you feel like it's necessary?
I don't feel like it's necessary. I don't think that is necessary. I also feel like it's less effective than proper correction. Whether it's verbiage, whether it's actions that you do and things that you do on a day-to-day basis. And this is coming from an instructor mentality, being in the school district, seeing the kids that were beat like the per se bad kids. And I don't like calling kids bad at all. That's never my thing to call a kid bad. But the kids that were labeled bad or acting up in class, the parents would literally come to the classroom, beat the bricks off them, and they doing the exact same thing the next day. Like, they think that they did something. They think that I disciplined him, so, I slapped him.
Now.
He cried, and then that was it. I'm like, nah, you didn't say, like you said, don't do that. Slap, and then that was it. But you didn't be like, here, like, you didn't educate them on what exactly to do. One, the next time. Two, You know what I'm saying? You ain't really guide them through. And which is where I have more of an impact when they are doing certain things. And of course, I'm not touching no kid. I'm not beating on no kid in school. So it's like the practices that I told them were the guys when they're acting the fool or they're acting up. Hey man, what are you doing? What's your purpose of doing that? And they're actually finding a reason why they're doing it, and then changing that alter. But the first notion to be, let me beat my kid so he can stop doing something. Their psychological, their psyche doesn't. I'll just say it's not as beneficial as if you were to actually teach them a lesson verbally and showing them by action, not by physically beating them.
Anybody in the room used to get ass whoopings?
I did. I feel like we all did. But I wish that. Now I ain't gonna lie, I got beat more definitely by my father. But my mother definitely was like.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite road. My daddy beat me a total of 3 times in life.
Yeah.
I ain't lost count of my mom. My daddy could just talk, and I'd be like, I got you.
Nah, I was scared. I was definitely scared of my pops. Like, from either getting beat by my pops or just, my pops was a strict guy. So I was always scared up until the age like 15, 16. And then at that age, that's another thing too. There's certain beatings at a point in age, like, it's really not effective at all because either the kid gets grown and they can really tolerate any type of a beating, or they're just not scared of you anymore. Because as a kid, you're usually just scared of whoever's bigger than you. So that's just, that's just another thing. It will only work so long, per se. But
it works as a child.
Yeah.
Who else got ass whoopings? I can't really see this way. It's like bright as motherfucker. You said you did what? Mm-hmm. Was it effective?
No.
Yeah.
Mine was effective for.
I mean, if my
them good ass whoopings.
It
depends.
Time, like, not.
Yeah, no, I'm still like not to this day, but like majority of my life, I was scared of my father, like, because he doesn't like he's
so
strict.
do you think it's healthy to be scared of your parents?
No, not at all.
It's definitely not.
Not at all.
You keep saying your father was strict. Like, I know Jamaicans be
bro,
like, it was strict.
That man don't stop. My father was, he was strict, like strict, like he don't laugh at all. Like, to this, I mean, growing up now, I see why he is the way he is. Literally, Jamaican men are just like, they just built that way. Like, nah, I'm gonna go to work, come home, pay the bills, come back home. Everyone good? All right, I'm gonna go to bed, and that's just his mannerism, just as a Jamaican man. So. And I respect him now for what he did, because he did love me and my brother, and it was nothing but sacrifice, working 6 days a week, and you're tired and you don't even want to joke around. But now he could, because he got to a point now where he could enjoy life and do all that stuff. So I don't even see the mean him no more per se now, but it's because of how he's raising me in the foundation and stuff like that. But as a kid, of course, I didn't know what he was trying to do. I didn't understand the strictness. So it was just like, yo, I'm scared of this guy. This guy gonna beat the brakes off me. Just his look, his demeanor, that's the type of guy he was. And everyone walking in the house is like, yeah, your pops is mean. Your pops is, well, your pop. And my mom is hella nice. Like, my mom was the sweetest lady ever. So it was always one of the opposites. But I don't think it was healthy. I feel like me and my father could have had a way better relationship growing up if I wasn't scared of him. But my father he's not I love him to death, but he's not like he's not gonna clown around like I'm gonna clown around. Like, he is a serious dude. So, like, he not playing around. Yeah, like, he don't even joke. He's not even joking, but shout out. Nah, he don't. Shout out to my father. Y'all, I love you for real. Nah, my father's a legend. But yeah, so. Yeah, man. I don't think it's healthy though. I feel like me and my father didn't have like an understanding of like a close relationship until I started my entrepreneurship. Like, that's when we started connecting, because he was an entrepreneur. He did his upholstery, and then when I started my business, I started learning from him. Like, hey, pops, how you do this? Like, what's the process of, getting your being a sole proprietor and all this thing. So that's when we actually started talking more. Before that, like, he didn't play sports. He didn't do anything I was doing. Like, I was an artist, played sports. I was in college. He never went to college. He just he just learned his trade, and that's all he did, fixing furniture. So we didn't really connect in that sense at a younger age. And I was also scared of him. Like, I went to my mom to ask for everything. I didn't go to him to ask for nothing because I knew he was going to say, no, you don't need it. Go work for something. You know what I'm saying? He was that type of guy. But once again, shout out to my father. I never downplayed my father for nothing. I love him for everything he did. So, but yeah, I don't think it's healthy, bro. To answer
What
your
about you, say, Red? Did it?
My mom used to beat my ass for just no reason. Like I go outside and play, and I come inside, my clothes dirty, and she'll whip my ass. Like that. My mom was a petty.
Yeah,
my mama was a petty ass type of person. Like she'll do shit, and she'll know I call my dad, and my dad will come get me. Then she'll be mad at my dad. Why the fuck you come and get her? Like she punished. Like what is she punished for? She was outside playing and got her clothes dirty. She's a kid.
Right.
What do you mean? I was not no bad child. Like. If anybody in here will have a conversation with my family, I wasn't a bad kid. But my mom, she just wanted to have that dominance, to have something to hold over my dad. Like, I don't know my real dad, but the man who raised me is my dad. So she would do shit to hold over his head or whatever. And she'll know that I call him and he'll come get me. I'm really a daddy's girl. Like, my mama can't tell me shit about my dad, and she hated. And I feel like ass whoopings, depending on like type of the situation, it could be effective, but it also make your children resent you. Like me and my mom don't get along at all. Yeah. Like I tried to maintain, like I've been dealing with this since I started my teenage years. Like I actually had fought my mom back one time because she was trying to beat my ass, and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not having it.
Right.
So it's like now that I'm older, and she'd be like, you keep playing me and I'm gonna fuck you up. What we finna do then? Like we just gonna have to go for what we know, because I'm 30. You're not about to think you're gonna be bracing up to me and I'm not gonna defend myself, because of course you are my parent, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let you
respectfully.
Right. I'm not gonna let you just run up on me and I'm just gonna ball up. I'm not a kid no more, because I used to be afraid of my mom because she used to whoop my ass for no reason. I used to be afraid of her, and I'm like, I'm not afraid of her. I cuss in front of my mom and everything now because that's how much I just don't give a fuck. And I know it shouldn't be that way, but come on.
No, it definitely that definitely happens. So mine's is me and my daddy have a way more understanding relationship than me and my mama. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad one day. Whitney AC had heard me on the phone with my mama one day. I was back here. I felt terrible, like damn. I don't even want them to know how I be checking her ass, but I had to
like that.
She be doing the most, and like I'm just not.
Yeah.
I can only give you so many passes because we family. At a certain point, I'm just gonna check your ass. Like, all right, you a gangster today? Fuck it, let's just be gangster today. So, no, I know exactly what you mean. Like we have a decent relationship for sure. I mean, shit, she got the kids with her now. Like she watching Monday through Friday. That's their teacher, nanny, blah blah. But the ass whoopings do bring about resentment, because it's some ass whoopings I got that I don't resent her now for them, but I still remember them and just was like. I just remember going around like, this motherfucker evil. Yeah. And really sitting there with that thought, like,
I used to tell
how
people,
you beat me like that, nigga? Yeah. I'm your son. Like, you beat my ass like a nigga in the street.
Yeah.
But, yeah, too, she never, I don't say she never, but she rarely took the time to, like, listen. My daddy actually listened to us.
That was a thing.
And he, like, made us feel like equals, even though we had to go through him to get certain shit. He just never made us feel, like, dumb or with less than or... My mom used to say shit like, it's shit that still sticks out. She would be like, who's the genius that left their shoes on the floor? Oh, yeah. And like, one of the biggest complaints I done got from any woman I seriously dealt with, and the one I deal with now, is like, you so condescending. It's hard to like have an objective conversation with you because you just gotta shoot some shit back. And I started realizing like that shit really come from my childhood. We was taught to verbally spar because that's all my mama did. Like she would belittle your ass. In a second. Like, she ain't with no cursing, wouldn't call you no names, but she knew how to make you feel stupid. So, I accidentally be making people feel that way. Yeah, I hate it, bro. I accidentally make people feel that way, but, yeah, no, the ass whoopings was not effective. They definitely caused resentment. And I moved out my mama's house at 13. I got the hell on early. So, I went to live with my daddy, and we ain't have none of them problems. He'll pull up, communicate what he want or how he feel. We'll do the same, and it was, all right, Pop. And that was it. Even when we got in trouble, it was never like that. Most he ever did was like, I'm going to take your phone for 2 days because you've been on bullshit in school. But my mama come in there and have you stripped down, beat your ass.
My mom whooped my ass while I was in a tub because my clothes was dirty. And I was like, what the fuck type of shit is this?
I remember I got a whooping like that, and no lie, because it still happened to this day. But sometimes when I pee, I like have a twitch. I can't explain it, but like bro, I remember that she hit me so hard that night. I felt it like my body had kind of like went in shock. I was wet, and she knocked the shit out of me, bro. And to this day, like I still, it was like every other day. But when I'm peeing, like I just have a certain shiver just go through my whole body.
Bro.
And I want to touch on what you said.
Slave ass whoopers, boy. Hold your hand out. I used to hate them.
Oh yeah.
These guys just hold his hand out. She just pow.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
And bro, my brother Trent never got an ass whooping in his life.
Damn.
I don't think my sister ever got one either.
We got a 10-year difference, but I remember asking, I was like, bro,
Me and my
shit,
sister
he
too.
was like, hell nah. I remember her one day. She told my brother to do something. He was like, I don't want to right now. I'm playing the game. And she said, okay. I'm like, boy, my mama done slowed down, nigga, because if we had to say anything like that,
Right.
boom, kicking your shit in, she finna hit you with the video game and beat your ass.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's bogus. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, not bogus.
But
it's definitely a comment.
Shout out to her for the evolution. At least my children, she don't even punish them. They get to do whatever the fuck they want to do at her house. They be tearing shit up, breaking shit, throwing food. It's all love. Me and my brother, my older brother, we couldn't. You get your ass beat. What you been asking me, Sarah?
I want to touch on what you saying about being verbal. Like, my mom used to think being verbal was disrespectful. So we couldn't say nothing, like trying to tell her, but mama, just listen, this is not what it is. This is how it's going to go. She'll like literally bat the fuck out you because she didn't want to hear that shit. So it just was crazy. Now I'm very verbal, and you just going to have to sit there and take that shit because you not about to bat me in my mouth or think you going to whip my ass.
And see, with my mama, I think she not like she paying for that now, but because she silenced us, it made us want to be more verbal. So now I don't play.
Yeah.
Like any bullshit, Mom, you better stop playing with me. I ain't on that bullshit today. But because like we was silenced, niggas just grew up. Like I say, like it do cause resentment for sure, even verbally, because niggas gonna grow up and be like, oh, I could talk and I got a voice now, and you gonna hear every fucking thing I gotta say.
She hate that. You don't care what you say in front of me. You just be cussing all in front of me. Remember when I tried to explain something to you when I was little and you just bat me in my mouth and shut me up? That ain't working no more, Miss Ma'am. But shout out to my moms. I love you, girl.
And to a lot of times parents, that shit creates a whole new generation of violence. Because y'all children are gonna problem solve in a similar manner in which you problem solve. And that's why a lot of y'all sons probably be going out bad thinking like, oh, if somebody tell me no, I'm going to just take it. Or if motherfucker don't do what I want, I'm going to put hands on them. But we just live in a country where everybody got guns. So that shit not safe. Nigga going to go to jail. Nigga going to get shot. Deal with a lot more real big dog ass whoopings with that same mentality. But yeah, that superiority complex is dangerous. I really urge you to shake it and find alternatives to kicking ass. One other thing I want to say too. I ain't even going to get a whole spiel. But to the parents that still whooping ass, I urge y'all to have that same energy with the adults. Because that's one thing I noticed about people who often whoop ass. They don't be having that same energy with grown people. Your boss can say whatever the fuck he want to say. Nigga cut you off in traffic. Police pull you over. It's yes, sir, no, sir. But a nigga go home and step down on them children like just because you had a fucked up day. So those are actually supposed to be your allies. Like you brought them to this fucked up shit. Like get that energy to the world. But if you can like yes sir, no sir to police when they pull your ass over, you could definitely like calm your temperament and treat your children with the same respect, if not more, because they should mean more to you than the fucking police. But I be hating that. A lot of y'all be like, oh, and 93 in the streets, but you the ass whooping champion with some little kids at home.
Yeah, nah, that drink is lame. All right.
Them babies ain't slaves, y'all.
They're not.
You know everything about sports, everything about fucking what weed is popping, what's designer, what's this and that, but you don't know shit about yourself. So a lot of you guys are just well-dressed vessels.